Hi everyone, welcome to Be Strong and Love Yourself with Dasha. Today I want to share some thoughts about mind. My own mind creates a lot of problems for me, and it's probably the main reason of my suffering. And the only way to stop the torture, I think, is to be mindful. I'm sure I'm not the only one who has this problem with the mind. But thanks God, the solution is pretty simple. And what you need to do is to know the truth. And the truth is that your own mind is lying to you all the time. And that you cannot actually trust it. And that you are not your mind. You are the one who is watching it, who is listening to it. You are the one who is aware of it. If you start paying attention to your thoughts, you will notice how often do you change your mind and how crazy some of your thoughts are. So let's say you're a woman and you have a husband and you want to do something special for him, cook wonderful dinner, but he stays late at work. And your mind can tell you, well, this person doesn't respect you. You probably need to find a new one, get a divorce and find a new one. And next day he comes back home earlier because he feels guilty, and maybe he brings flowers or even a little gift, and you think, oh well, no, he's pretty good. I'm thankful that I have this husband. And it's the same mind. Or for example, you're a sales rep and your income depends on your performance, and your performance is great. You're exceeding budget and you're making a lot of money, you're happy. Then something happens, hurricane, or maybe China changes its purchasing behavior, or maybe Bitcoin affects your performance in some crazy way. Something always happens on the market, something unpredictable that you cannot control. Your performance goes down, customers stop purchasing your stuff, and you don't even know what to do. You get depressed, and some people even kill themselves because of that. Unfortunately, this is how our mind works, and it tells you that you are a loser, that you will never get out of it, and that it's all your fault, it's because you're stupid, and so on. And this is the same mind that a month ago, when you had great performance, told you that you are great. And it can be even little thing like weather, for example. When you look out of the window and you see the snow, you can think, oh wow, it's beautiful. Your mind tells you how gorgeous the weather is. Then you go out and you need to drive to the office and you're stuck in traffic and you think, oh, I probably need to move to Florida. I don't want to live in Chicago anymore. I hate this weather. Yeah, I need to move to Florida. And your whole way to the office you think about moving to Florida, and you never do. So how many crazy things your mind tells you every day? Watch it and you will see. Now let's talk about mindfulness. What if all of a sudden you become conscious of all of your thoughts, and you understand that a lot of them are useless or even dangerous? What if you stop listening to them? And you probably will ask, so how will I make any decision if I'm not listening to my thoughts, to my mind? I will tell you that decisions will come by themselves, but not from your sick mind or clueless mind, but from God, universe, or quantum field, whatever you like to call it. All you need to do is to relax. And in this relaxed and creative state, all the answers will come to you. I promise. What do we know? Seriously, what do we know? How do you know that this is good for you and that is bad? You can hear your mind talking, but mind is just a part of your body. You have some initial setup, you have your experience, you learn something from your environment. But how can you know everything about the whole universe that was created billions of years ago and somehow created you? How can you be sure that when something bad happens to you, it's really bad and that you will not get something much better afterwards. I personally wasted so much time because I thought that I knew what I needed. I was listening to my mind, to my desires, to my likes and dislikes, which was just stupid. Now when I look back, I see that the best things happened to me without my involvement. Of course, I need to try to be the best version of myself, and I shouldn't hurt other people, but in general, I need to let everything go and surrender to life, to love my life and to trust it. I remember when I got my green card, I had no concerns that I need to move from Russia to US. And I left my job, which was pretty good, packed my stuff, and just moved to unknown. It was extremely easy. And you know why? Because I was not thinking. I think God helped me not to think about it. I just let it go and let it happen. And once I moved, I almost immediately found a new job. I found an apartment, and it took me a day or two, and everything went really well. I was very peaceful, I was very happy, and on the other hand, once I met a man that I really liked, I became very nervous and concerned about it, and I couldn't stop thinking about our relationships, and the stress that I caused by myself kind of ruined everything. It was pretty painful, but through the suffering I realized that the best thing I can do is to let the things go the way they should go. When I try to resist the flow of life, I get into troubles. But if I let it go, I always get something that I couldn't even dream about. Always, always. Because God knows so much better than my limited mind what is best for me. And universe just helps me all the time. Again, always. There is some great intelligence which knows everything. And we only get into troubles when we block this magical energy and listen to our weird mind. If you want to make a change, first of all, you need to be honest with yourself. Because if you let your mind lie to you, and if you listen to it, you will never be able to improve your life. Your mind will find the reason you should continue suffering. And your ego will try to protect itself because of its fears. If something goes not the way you planned, your mind will create tons of action plans. It's just the way it is built. It's just the way it should work. It's normal for mind, but do you want to suffer? And I have this wonderful book I wanted to show as an example of how mind works. It is called Human Brain. Very interesting book. But this is what it says about thoughts. The brain uses sensations, perceptions, and emotions to generate action plans. Some of the plans give rise to internalized brain activity or thoughts. Inner speech, for example, is actually generated by the motor areas, but has no visible sign. So our thoughts are generated by motor areas. So as you can see, our brain is built to create action plans. But the thing is that it is limited by our sensations, perceptions, and all these things. And I believe that when you let it go, you get some external information from universe and great intelligence, and it helps you not to limit yourself by your own self. The problem is that if you don't listen to your mind, it creates more and more and more action plans. You have these thoughts again and again, and that's why you need to be mindful and meditate and learn how to accept these thoughts. And instead of resisting them, you just let them to flow through you and just let them go. And faith and trust are not there. The only thing you can rely on is your human brain with its limitations. And you cannot be really successful in such situation. The best things happen to us when we let life to do its thing. And we just need to admit the fact that our limited mind knows nothing compared to God or universe. But I must say that our brain has a lot of wonderful ideas, and we can use it by doing things that we are good at. Everyone has a gift. It could be everything. And here's an example. I don't know how to build my relationships. I got stuck, and I just want to let it go because obviously whatever I was doing didn't work. But I'm very good in Excel, in some reporting, or I like to sew. So instead of creating action plans about my relationships, why wouldn't I just sew a skirt or make some wonderful report for my co-workers that will help them to work? But unfortunately, our brain is focused on the things that we are more concerned about, and instead of being creative and have fun, we are focusing on something that we don't know how to solve. We're trying to solve unsolvable problems, which is kind of ridiculous. I think it's just funny how the brain works, and I believe that you need to learn how to be mindful to see these ridiculous things. If all people know the simple truth, the world will be a better place. We will suffer much less, and we will be less stressed or depressed. We will be more connected to the universe, to each other, and we will see life as a gift. Instead of blocking energy by fears created by our own mind, we can let life flow through us. And it is so beautiful. Once you get there, you'll see. Don't trust your mind. Trust God, universe, quantum field, great intelligence. Be mindful. Be strong and love yourself.